So I'm on the BJJ Fanatics website, and I see 3 new videos by some guy named Thomas Radzinski. You familiar with that guy at all?
Nope, absolutely not.
No? Well, he's got some good stuff. Three brand new videos. They're getting amazing reviews, which is good to see as well. But you got to tell us about them real quick?
Yeah, I had, you guys already know, but I had opportunity to go to Boston, shoot 3 more instructionals, 1 on butterfly hook, complete guide for butterfly hook, 2 wrap, lapel, and submit them, and 3 we have taking the back. It's particularly designed for guys for over 40 because there's no climbing involved. All the back takes are on the ground. Very, very full and effective system. So dip into it. I'm really hoping that this is going to help your jiu-jitsu and really take it to the next level.
BJJfanatics.com. Just search ROZDZ. We have all had that situation where after class is when we want to ask a question. And Thomas, a lot of those questions you've already answered, right, at Ask a Black Belt.
Yeah, it's another podcast that I'm running. It's on podcast, all podcast platforms, plus on YouTube. You can find it anywhere. Just search for my name. Search for Ask a Black Belt. At this point, over 100 episodes, different questions, jiu-jitsu, life-related, but something that everybody comes across, and often these questions sink in our mind, but we don't ask for whatever reason. So if that benefits you, go there, listen. It actually might help your jiu-jitsu, might help your life as well. And if you have any questions, find me on Instagram and drop me a line. I'll be happy to answer your question and mention your name during the episode.
Welcome to Raw Radio.
How are you?
I'm good. What's up?
Oh, that was very aggressive.
What? Enthusiastic, not aggressive.
Was it?
Yeah. Had a lot of coffee. It's warm out, and I started doing cold brew again. So I've had my hot coffee in the morning to get you going, and I just drank a whole mug of cold brew.
How much coffee do you drink a day?
I don't know. Well, let's see. 36. And then this is probably another 12. 48 ounces.
That's for a full day?
Yeah. So
that's not a lot in relation to what I drink. So
I mean, like on the automatic drip, a cup is only 6 ounces.
Yeah.
So, and I only make 6 in the morning. And then I had this. But sometimes in the afternoon, like if I go for lunch or something, I'll make more. So, but usually 36 at the least, and then upwards from there.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's important. And you, coincidentally enough, I've a lot of coincidences the past couple of days for me. I just got a notification that the package was delivered, and it was in fact coffee.
Was it?
Yeah, from my birthday gift from you and Carrie. It was a three bag. I don't remember exactly how the subscription worked, but one of them came today.
Are you trying like different flavors?
Well, yeah. So I'll do different types of roast, but I don't. Well, the roadcaster's flipping out, or maybe I've had too much coffee. But the screen is blinking and moving around, which it's never done before. Or at least I've never seen it. So I'll try different roasts. I mean, I mostly stick with dark roast, right? But look at the flavor profile and see if it's something I like, and then I'll get it. Hey, coincidentally enough,
another coincidence.
Yeah. Well, I have strong opinions about coffee. And I think we're kind of talking about a little bit about
strong opinions in general.
Yeah, I do have strong opinions. I try not to. I try to not. I don't want to say not care, but you kind of have to at some point realize that things aren't a big deal. So maybe when you have strong opinions, it's why do you have them, right? You got to figure out why you have them. And is it ego? Is it because you can't let things go? Is it because it's been ingrained in you for so long?
It's like different layers, right? Like,
but why
having an opinion is one thing, but enforcing your opinion on other people, that's different level.
Oh yeah, it's totally different. People go to war over that shit. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's I don't care. I don't care about a lot. And
I'll tell you, knowing you for so many years, you definitely give less shit now than when I've met you. You let go of a lot
I did,
in the last couple years.
growing up with kids. So like, I was my kids were 4 and 2 when we met. I think so the years of all of that of raising children has changed me. And I think, listen, I think I'm kind of open-minded. So I think when you're open-minded and you bring things in from different people and different points of view, you kind of maybe realize that what you held, your strong opinions that you held, or what used to upset you, it's just not that important anymore. I find the things that are truly important are shrinking as I get older.
Mm-hmm.
It's friends, family, where it used to be a lot of other things. So I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I still get upset.
Do you?
Yeah.
I remember. See, I don't remember. I don't want to turn this into a Gary episode, but like, I
listeners do.
remember last time you got upset. At least not visibly in front of me.
So that's something else that has changed. What's the point of getting visibly upset other than feeding whatever you're trying to get from other people or outside? If it's a confrontation, that's different. But what are you stomping? You acting like a baby, stomping your feet, screaming and yelling, raising your voice. When I do that from time to time, and it's much less than it used to be, I'm really embarrassed after. It's like, what was the point of that? It doesn't get you what you want. Unless what you want is to
isn't that the reason
intimidate somebody or get your own way?
Well, isn't that the reason why us as humans in general we do this? We raise our voice, or we put all these visible ways of communicating, for lack of a better term, because we don't have control over what is happening.
Yeah, you don't have control, and you don't listen. You don't have an argument if you're going to scream and yell. If the way to get your point across or to get what you want is through screaming and yelling or intimidation or belittling, then you don't know how to express your argument. If you can't do it in a calm way, if you can't be receptive of another person's point of view, then you don't have an argument. Because and all you're going to do is look, like I said, you're either going to get your way through intimidation or you're going to.
But then, even then, did you really get your way?
I don't know. If gratification is your way, then probably. But I think if you can have a legit conversation and the other person walks away being receptive,
convinced otherwise, that's
or
different.
Not even convinced, but like, okay, I see your point of view. We're going to have to agree to disagree. Then you've achieved something.
Yeah.
The other way, you've achieved them probably
nothing.
Yeah, they're just appeasing you, right?
Yeah.
And then down the line, it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I've matured. It took me till I was almost 50.
Better late than never.
Yeah, because I see people a lot older than me making fools of themselves on a regular basis. Friends, family members. It's just like, really, you still act like that.
Speaking of maturing,
Yeah.
it was kind of cool. I'm going to pivot this off of this deep and serious Gary conversation. It was kind of cool to have Eli Knight on the show again.
Absolutely.
We went from episode 13 to episode 197.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I remember when we got him, I was like, "Oh, this is a big deal."
This is a big deal.
Because I mean, up until that point, not to break bad on anybody, but we had friends, a few friends, local people. I mean, we did have some big, listen, our first 2 guests were pretty big. I mean, actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking back,
I'm pulling the roster right now.
Out of the 13 to get to Eli, so the 12 before him, half of them were a pretty big deal. Decent following, decent careers.
Jesus, I have to scroll so deep.
But it was a big deal because for me it was a big deal because Eli had a lot of material out. I mean, maybe up until that point,
I think he
definitely
was
most
out of the ones that I'm looking at. He definitely was probably the biggest footprint online.
Yeah,
I mean, Clark Gracie, we had him before that. He was number 7. Mandelson was, he has a big footprint right now. Jeff Curran, Alberto Crane.
Yeah, so like Alberto and Jeff, big careers, right?
Mhm.
And schools with a ton of members and things like that. And then we had a couple big time competitors, Ethan, Fiona,
Fiona too, Fiona Watson,
and Felicia, right? Fought in UFC.
Mm-hmm.
But Eli, I think I don't want to say the most well-rounded. I think it just from a content perspective, whether it was YouTube, whether it was instruction.
That's why I said I think at that time he probably had the biggest footprint on the internet.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Eli is pretty popular. I mean, people come up to me at the academy and they mention his name because they've seen him. So that on its own tells me that his ability to present information, excuse me, it's there. Like this is what he does. This is his job. This is how he's trying to use the vehicle to really help people in that way, right? So like it was cool to have him back again and having a very different conversation. Not this time, not about necessarily his life, but just jiu-jitsu evolution. And you had an interesting takeaway from all this, right?
Well, there was a point where we were talking about really strong opinions and how people still have them in jiu-jitsu. And I mean, he has them too, but he's very open-minded about things.
Yeah.
I think his strongest opinion that he expressed was, he didn't want it in the jiu-jitsu in the Olympics. But we talked a bit about the strong opinions people have about cross training, or the strong opinions people have about traditional versus old school, new school, competition versus, like the sport aspect versus self-defense and all that stuff. And then, traditional martial arts, and how some of those people, still have incredibly strong opinions about, their art, their subculture within the art, and getting back to when the conversation was all about me today. Is it why? Why? And he brought up a good point. Is like it when you've ingrained yourself in it for so long, or entrenched yourself, I should say, in it for so long, and you've bought into it for so long. It's almost like a religion. How do you not?
Other kids.
Yeah.
Kids are coming in.
The kids are coming in. How do you not? It's not easy to
let go.
Or to say, oh, maybe my information was incorrect. I always, it's funny. It's everybody always talks about how their God is the one true God. Well, how do you know? It's only that way because you were told that as a kid and you accepted it, and that's the way your life is led, right? So my jiu-jitsu instructor, my taekwondo instructor, my Krav Maga instructor is the one, and he's shown me this way. It's we've had people on talking about cults. So you formulate these opinions, and it's very hard for people to let go. Or accept somebody else's, or even agree to disagree. Yeah. Right? You don't have to admit that the other person is better, or their martial art is better, or you could just move on and say, all right, but no, you gotta fuck that shit.
But at the
don't worry, the kids can't hear me.
At the same time, this is what creates this diversity between humans. This is the interesting part, that we can be, we can express our own opinions. It's just, I just wish that we did it a little bit more civil way, more than anything, right?
I think But what it can lead to is you're not allowed to express your opinion. You're not allowed to deviate. You're not allowed to learn from somebody else. You're not allowed to seek things out on your own. You have to conform. You have to believe what I believe, and we're going to impose it on everybody, everybody who walks through the door. And you know, again, we didn't figure it out. We're not going to figure it out now. But it's like, why? Why do we have, as humans, why do we have to be like that? Since recorded history, we've been like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, these things.
Listen,
this is not changing.
Yeah. Sometimes you go to war because you need the food that's over there. But a lot of times, people are going to war for what's on the surface, other reasons.
Well, they believe in what they believe in. I mean, that's why they go to war.
Yeah, and they're going to impose it on somebody else. And why? You know, what drives that? Is it power? Is it?
Of course. I mean, it's always about power, right? It's always about expressing your opinions and beliefs, and allowing other people to inherit that from you. I mean, like that's what.
Well, yeah.
This is where control comes in,
It's
right?
imposing. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. But this is why us as humans, that's what we do, you know. And some of them, a lot of people do this in good intentions, but they're also the ones who do it in wrong intentions and in negative ways, right? With a negative impact. And this is why this dynamic is unfolding. You know, like you see this even in academies. Like there's plenty of reasons why jiu-jitsu academies are healthy and making impact on community, on individuals, and changing lives. And as cliche as it sounds, I mean, this is why we do this. Yet there are ways how this positive environment and this positive notion can really turn in a very, very negative environment, you know? Yeah. And we see plenty of examples of that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I saw your hand bandaged earlier, and I completely forgot. And then you were talking with your hands just now, and I see a fantastic wound on the palm of your left hand. Yeah. Well, what'd you do?
Yeah, I hurt my hand, and then I was teaching this morning. It's like I didn't put a band-aid on overnight, and then it created a scab, and then you open your hand, and the scab cracks, and then it leaks, and it's terrible, and it doesn't want to heal because it's in the palm. And
so you're not telling me how you did it.
No, I'm not. It's awful. I had to teach this morning, and I had to tape up my entire hand, and I look like an idiot. And you know, just you should see the other guy. That's about it.
Yeah. That's an I maybe you'll tell me the story off the air. You had came up to me and you said, "Do you think I need stitches on your bicep?" And that was a good one when you stabbed yourself
with a box cutter.
So I'm wondering.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is we make sacrifices. That's all I'm gonna say. We make sacrifices.
I know. I made one for you this weekend. I'm still waiting for a thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't let things go.
Oh no, you don't. I know. I like the Gary. I like the version of Gary who holds things inside. You know,
yeah,
like
quiet.
Yeah, just quiet. Doesn't talk. Agrees with everything. I like that guy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's end this before the old Gary.
I know. Later.
Thank you for listening to Raw Radio. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to leave us a review and help us make the show even more amazing. For future episodes, check out our website and follow us on all major podcast platforms. Take care.